Good morning. My name's Peter. I work at the Buckfastleigh Co-op and I'm a team leader there. I thought it'd be nice today to read you a story by a local author, Matt Harvey, called Shopping with Dad. My mum made a list and she gave it to us, to me and my dad, and we went on the bus. We got off at the bus at the stop by the shop. Dad found a trolley and whoosh, we were off. Dad gave me the list and a pencil to hold, and he said if you're good and do as you're told, you can cross out the things from the list. Hey, wait, I'd already started, so he was too late. That was silly, he said. Now it's quite hard to read. This list tells me all of the things that we need. He read it and laughed and said, listen to this. Your mum's put some very strange things on the list. There was weather bread, danger jam, evergreen eggs, octopus underpants, spider's legs, well-behaved daughter water, extra clean germs, strong anti-grump pills, and a bucket of worms. I laughed and asked, does it have normal things too? It does, said my dad, and here's what we'll do. I didn't listen because I was excited, because Mummy was funny and I was delighted. So I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran. I ran and I ran and bumped into a man. He was stacking up cans at the end of the aisle and said, whoa there, and steady, but gave me a smile. I said, I'm very sorry, I thought this was best, because I knew that my dad was getting quite stressed. And he was, he said. Stop, he said, give it a rest. So I stopped and I stopped and I sat and I stopped. I sat there non-stop, I stopped there and sat, and didn't starting at all, in fact. I sat till I couldn't be still anymore. I was sitting so still it was making me sore. It was making me feel that I couldn't quite breathe. It was making me sweat and it was making me sneeze. And the sneezy feeling built up inside and I just couldn't stop it. I tried and I tried. I tried every non-sneezing-y thing I could do, but it just achoo! That sneeze was fantastic. It made my dad jump, and his jump gave the woman beside him a bump. She went and swung round in alarm, and her bag hit a woman who jogged a man's arm. And he nudged a lady who knocked someone else, and the knock got passed down to the end of the shelf, till the last person bashed the big stack the man had built, which juddered and jiggled and started to tilt. And the man who'd been stacking turned slowly around to see his work fall, smash, bang, crash to the ground. Smash, bang, bong, crash, ping, wallop, clunk, clong, to the floor, and everyone gasped and one woman swore. Then a loud, angry voice said, what's happening here? And I thought, uh-oh, and my dad said, oh dear. It was him. No, it wasn't. It was. That's not fair. She pushed me, he shoved her. It didn't. It was her. Then the woman my daddy had bumped on the arm, the one who'd gone and swung round in alarm, she pointed her finger and said it was him. And they stared at my dad. My dad scratched his chin. My dad scratched his nose, and my dad scratched his head. But it isn't his fault that it's his fault, I said. It was mine, it was me. I just well sneezed. It sort of exploded as if I was loaded. With a great big wet shout, then my voice faded out. They looked at me hard, so I held on to Dad, who looked 22 proud and a quarter past sad. And he winked at me once, and I looked in his face. I saw in his eyes the hint of a trace of laughter, soft laughter that couldn't come out. And he said to the man who started to shout, shh, and he said to the people who gave us hard looks, with a very slight shrug of his shoulders, oops. Accidents happen, it's always a shame, but when push comes to shove, there's no one to blame. Then my dad, he got down on his knees in the store, started to pick all the cans off the floor. A woman knelt too, She said, right, you're not wrong. Then everyone joined us and it didn't take long. Dad stood up and stretched and said that wasn't hard. So we finished our shopping and he paid with his card. We went home. Mum gave us a hug and a kiss. She said, did you get all of the things off the list? Dad told her what happened. He made it sound fun. And she laughed and said, very well done. That's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like you all to stay safe and hopefully I'll be able to read another story another time.